prosecution should give us advance information so that we can give an informed response. If we want to oppose, we cannot oppose something we have not seen. This is an ambush.
Yes. We have already admitted it on record. Not important now, because it's not part of it.
I'm trying to forestall an ambush so that we go with a draft copy of what the copy, because it's not a draft, it is fully. The state has a disclosure obligation. This honorable court is obligated to...
You return the charge sheet.
Besigye, and the Captain Dennis.
We wish to make an amendment in the charge sheet. And a copy of the amended charge sheet is Alice in objection. Alice defense an objection will not have it read to the accused persons.
I hope you are aware that I don't have persons. So in other words, what I'm saying is I will not admit an amendment now because I don't have instructions to proceed in the matter. My instructions are this kind of like yes.
Most of them but I ideally thought you wanted that you had the power system that is just coming up for mention and not for hearing. Unless my senior colleagues have a contrary view.
Definitely. Your Honor, an amendment is not just a routine thing. It changes the character of the case. We therefore want to be before the trial court and that the prosecution should give us advance information so that we can give an informed response. If we want to oppose, we cannot oppose something we have not seen. This is an ambush.
And for state, if you are not aware, the magistrates are so we don't have any of them, the chief magistrate. That's why I've stepped in this case. And this guy is Besigye, nothing much.
Yeah. So, Your Honor, before you, we request that the state now gives us a copy of the charge sheet so that at the time we need to respond, we are able to respond. We will appreciate that guidance from you.
Also, I think yes. We have already admitted it on record. Not important now, because it's not part of it.
I'm trying to forestall an ambush so that we go with a draft copy of what the copy, because it's not a draft, it is fully. The state has a disclosure obligation. This honorable court is obligated to...
You return the charge sheet.
Seems the court doesn't want to look even at the charge sheet, but for us, we want to look at it.
The court even has discretion to reject it, isn't it?
Yes.
Now you want me to give you a copy of the document, which the other trial magistrate has yet to decide whether to accept it or not. As we speak now, there is no amendment.
Yeah.
That's just a draft paper in maybe chamber, the DPP's chamber. But you'll address that with the trial chief magistrate, who is not here.
We appreciate that Your Worship do not have now powers to deal with the matters, that yours is just Besigye. But there were some applications that were still pending, which actually were adjourned today. There was an application that was adjourned today, where we made some prayers for observance and respect of the rights of the accused persons, and the state was due to respond today. that is a matter which we thought Your Worship would be disposed of, given the fact that it touches fundamental rights. Fortunately, again, the trial magistrate is not the trial magistrate. The magistrate who is in the conduct of the matter is not around. So Your Worship, that would guide this honorable court in deciding the earliest date we can get. The other issue, Your Worship, is the fact which we want to be on record that the accused persons have been on remand for over 6 months now. For the record, Your Worship, they were remanded on the 20th day of November 2024. And yesterday,
You were remanded on 20th?
20th. They were picked from
20th
Nairobi. To get the chronology of events properly, they were picked from Nairobi on 16th of November. That's when they were abducted and transferred back here to Kampala, and then formally charged before the General Court Martial on 20th November and remanded to Russia. 2024. So we intended to make some prayers before the trial magistrate today in regards to their continued detention or remand. But we appreciate we appreciate the circumstances, Your Worship. So since it's just a meeting they are having, and it's a one-day meeting, Your Worship, we pray that we come back tomorrow for determination of those serious matters which touch fundamental rights, because the continued detention or remand
So I don't know the practice that you've been in the trial. One day, or I don't know. I know there are some adjournments that have been going on.
Yeah, I was bringing in these issues, Your Worship, of fundamental rights. There was an application for enforcement of rights, first of all.
True.
Yes, and also this.
Though I was given specific dates to adjourn. That's why I'm trying to reconcile with you and find out whether you had got shorter adjournment.
It's the reason, Your Worship, we are seeking your indulgence now that you are in charge of the matter, to appreciate the gravity of the issues we are raising, because they touch fundamental rights. The first one about enforcement of their rights, the liberties, and also now the new one about the 6 months remand,
So, Counsel,
which is a constitutional matter, Your Worship.
true.
Yes.
I've been given 5th of June and 2nd of June.
We request, Your Worship, if
That's
we
this what I have here.
could be accommodated this week.
So I don't know if I will give you any other date whether the trial magistrate will sit on that date. Because we have criminal days, we have civil days. That's the challenge we have. Some days are earmarked for civil, some days for criminal.
I request, Your Worship, you reconcile that with the constitutional command under Article 23. Yes, there is a matter of convenience for the trial magistrate, but also there is a constitutional command. I pray that you exercise your discretion to reconcile that, Your Worship, because 6 months remand is a matter we are challenging under.
So if the trial chief magistrate has given me 2 weeks, you want 1 day, maybe withdraw the balance in between and adjourn it for 1 week. Because I would even be acting out of instructions of my supervisor. But since you're already in the constitutional rights, we just have to pray balance.
When we adjourned last time, there were 2 requests. The first one was for the accused persons to be brought in a way which doesn't undermine their right to a fair hearing, or being brought and crowded upon as though they are very high-level criminals. The second one was a simple one, for the accused persons to be allowed to to talk to their relatives, lawyers, and the people they lead after sessions in this court, as their right. We were quite surprised that the court required the state required a month to go and do research about the right of an accused person to meet his relatives. And the court required a month to retreat. Because in the earlier rulings, it's not a court of record, in this court, one application is made, and with your leave, Your Worship, in the Chief Magistrate's Court of Nakawa at Nakawa, the Nakawa criminal case number AA 27 of 2024, Uganda versus Makoka Samuel and others. I think there are the 36 accused. When a request was made that these people talk to their relatives after, rather than being hashed away to prison after trial, it was granted instantly, on among others grounds of common sense. So we are surprised that the state needs to go and consult that. The accused are saying, can I meet with the relatives after trial?
You're meeting?
No, I'm not writing in it.
So this is what I'm surprised.
So, me,
Because what Counsel is talking about is what the Lord Mayor talked about. So I am wondering, I am in the puzzle.
so without
What variation is bringing?
Senior Counsel,
Your Worship, if I...
without losing focus on so that probably you apply for mandatory bail.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you've addressed yourself to the administrative circular issued by the PG. The one which bars magistrate courts from issuing any kind of bail in capital offences. I don't know if you addressed your mind.
Yeah, we have superior authorities to challenge that. So it's the reason we said we are going to bring out all these arguments before the trial magistrate. All we are asking for is the earliest opportunity in light of the constitutional command, Your Worship, which is very
And
clear.
the earliest opportunity I'm giving you is going to be second.
That's why we are saying, Your Worship, in light of the command under Article 23, Your Worship, that would be too far.
Your Worship, I hadn't finished my point before a month to go and research and submit. So unless he's saying that he was aware the trial magistrate wouldn't be around before us, his duty today is to come, his submissions go on record, so that whenever the magistrate is available, they read, rather than adjourning, because assuming that it's not Your Worship who will hear the matter, court can record. It even records electronically, so that the magistrate, when they are available, reads the record and delivers a ruling. Unless he's saying that he must submit before that magistrate.
I think your absence has costed you.
The word is cost, not costed.
In your absence, prosecution was ready to proceed. And then the magistrate says, the trial magistrate is indisposed.
It's in the meeting.
Is in a meeting.
Yes. Not in his post.
I don't know whether this conversation is leading us.
So for me, I'm thinking,
Wait. I'd already informed you to proceed in this matter apart from adjournment. I made myself very clear on that.
I think
And I've been given dates. I have 5th of June and 2nd of June. And Counsel probably you are trying to negotiate on the date. And I said, if I'm not
Reconciling that.
reconciling.
Yes,
and
with the
I say,
command of the Constitution.
if I'm to go against the instruction of my supervisor, the direst move I can make is to give you next week on Wednesday. But beyond that, it's impossible. Because even what I'm doing now,
Can we take a man?
because I've been given these dates.
which is not available.
These are dates.
we want
They are here, I have them.
we appreciate that you have a command, but also in the hierarchy of laws and administrative rules, the Constitution is higher than all of them. And whereas we understand you have no mandate to proceed, is it possible to give a date even tomorrow in view of the command of the Constitution? That's all that we are seeking, the earliest date possible.
Meet relatives after court trial. It wasn't the presiding magistrate, it was a standing magistrate. So, and the record is very clear. It was actually that the simple request to see relatives was made by a standing magistrate, not the presiding.
Last time when we were here, doctors, lawyers told me they wanted to meet him, and I remember I permitted it. We reconciled with the prison authorities, and they allowed the doctor to talk to his relatives.
No.
They didn't.
Yes. My lord, that is why we made
Doctor,
a
is
request.
that true?
That's why I made a request that they are allowed to see him after here. It is not a problem if court can secure that they talk to him, not an offense.
So where are the relatives?
My lord, it is here. It is here.
I will just limit the relatives. I'll allow them to speak to him, but I will limit the relatives. We can't have the whole village coming.
Your worship, the request from that day. So, Your worship, that's for the record. The request from them second-rate citizens in anyone. They are like you and me. Otherwise, when you say that they meet only certain people, then again, the assumption is that for the others, these people are a little bit guilty, or they are not innocent as others. They are like you and me, Your worship.
I'll only permit around 5 relatives to meet him in the presence of the lawyers. The rest of the community will move out of court. We shall have prison authorities securing the place, not necessarily inside, but around. So that's my decision. And it's not going to take long. You should have like, I don't know what you want to discuss about, but 15 to 20 minutes.
Your worship, that day
I'll come back on 29th of May.
Your worship,
I will die.